Hello everyone, this is Martin here. I'm in the top left hand corner, and this is for the benefit of those out-of-towners and those new subscribers to my videos. This week we're going to look at how to trade Forex using my new Easy Read charts. They're really great, and we're going to show you what that's all about. They are all color-coded to make entry decisions a lot easier. And we also look at finding trading opportunities for the week, for this coming week, February the 19th to the 23rd. Now, we're going to move on to the disclaimer. Okay, this is important. If you want to pause the video, you can do that at any time and read this very carefully. First of all, I provide all the information in my video. It is for educational purposes only. I want you to understand that. And when I produce the video, I see the market at the current time the video is produced. It's produced on the weekend before the markets open. And I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, same as the New York City. I'm producing this here from Toronto, Canada, for those out-of-towners and for those people right here within the Mississauga and Brampton areas, for those people that live here and also are my students. So, my ideas and opinions may change at any time as market conditions change. I want you to understand that. Now, the educational content that I provide is mainly to help you make independent investment decisions, and as always, view this video at your own risk. Okay, as always, I start with the EURUSD daily chart, and I've changed this just a wee bit. You can see this vertical line here, so everything to the right of this vertical line is what happened last week. So there are 5 daily candles after the vertical line. This first one here is a Sunday and Monday trading, then Tuesday, then Wednesday. We had a big up day on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday was a bearish day, even though they're bright green. Now, these charts are color-coded, and when you see the bright green above the blue, we're only looking for buy trades, okay? And that's really super important. And take a look down here. When you have pink below blue, we're looking for sell trades. So here again, green above blue, we're looking for buy trades. Now, last week was really important, and I mentioned to you in the previous video that when price had come down to here, notice that price had hit a resistance area here, and the resistance is shown as the with the blue dashed lines here. So price did come down, and I said that we are not in a reversal just yet. We are just in a deep pullback, and lo and behold, take a look at that. Price bounced higher and closed above the 8 EMA, and that in itself is an aggressive pullback signal. And so that would have given you a good opportunity for a trade entry. Now, for this week, because we're still looking for buy trades, even though Friday was a down day, the key is I'm still looking for buy trades, but I am aware, let me just take that off, I'm aware that price could come back down again and retest the previous swing low here. So if you think price is going to go lower, look at sells below 122.66. However, if you think price is going to go higher, and it certainly could, look at price, buy above 125.73. Okay, so we are still in an uptrend market. Take a look at the MACD, and we have bright green, bright green, bright green. So we're still in an uptrending market. Okay, now we move to the British Pound USD. Exactly the same thing. You can see price, again, take a look at the resistance here. Price came down. This is a pullback, and after a pullback, what do we expect? What do we anticipate with the Easy Read charts? Well, we anticipate a break above the 8 again, which gives us a signal, and this next candle actually gave us another signal. It's called the Mo Boost trend continuation signal. Okay. And so it does look like price could still go higher, okay? And again, if you think that's the case, then look at buys above 141.50. 137.53 and sells below 137.77 if you think price is going to come down from this point on. Now, it's important to understand that we are still in an uptrending pattern. Has the uptrend exhausted itself? It did up here, but here we have a trend continuation, okay? So again, Friday was just a, Friday did not close, but beyond or below the Thursday's candle here. Now we move on to the next chart, Australian USD, and let me take that off. And that was one of the weakest pairs over the last couple of weeks. Off of the high right here, you can see that the Australian currency, the Australian dollar, really came down hard, all the way down to an 89 support area. And I even mentioned about that. I said price was between a rock and a hard place. So, and by that I meant price was had bounced off the 89, but was still sitting below, off the 200. This is the 200 SMA. That's the red dashed line. Here's the 89. So price was sitting between the two major moving averages here, and I said to watch for a break above that. It did. Here's a signal. I mean, there was room for some pips to be made. And if you think price is going to go higher this week, then you could look at buys above 0.7990. If you think price is going to go lower, you could look at sells below 0.7748. Okay, so now we move on to gold, and we generally talk about gold right after the Australian dollar because the Australian dollar is tied into the commodity gold, and how gold goes, so does the Australian dollar. So last week, you can see, last week from the right of this vertical line, price really bounced higher, and on the Wednesday, this is the Wednesday candle, look at that huge update. So that's a telling tale that price certainly could go higher. We are, we have to respect the previous swing high here, but there's still room for price to go higher. Okay, so watch for that. And now we move on to the New Zealand USD. This was one of the stronger pairs last week. New Zealand was pretty good. And I had drawn this, take a look, I had drawn this trend line acting as dynamic support the previous week, okay? And I told, I even mentioned watch to see if price breaks below it. It did, and then I mentioned about a confluence of support here with the 200 SMA, that's the red line, the blue line, the 89 price, and then the two blue lines here, they are support, longer term support. So price came right down and bounced up right off this confluence of support, just as I said it would, and it produced this candle. You see this big bright candle with the blue dot and the red and the blue arrow? Well, that is a Mo-Boost trend continuation candle. Could have gotten in right after there. I teach that. I do teach that in the course. This is one of the signals of 9 different signals that I teach in the course. And again, it's important to understand these signals because you're not just watching the charts blindly, wondering what to do next. I actually do provide you with some signals as well. So we still have green above blue. We're in an uptrending pattern. You can see, take a look down below. The blue MACD line crossed above the 0 last week. We have green momentum bars. This is short-term trend. Here's long-term trend. Short-term momentum here. Momentum and trend. Here is long-term trending. Longer-term trending. We have green, green, green. So I kind of do expect price to break out of that high and this area of resistance. So you could look at buys possibly above 0.7453, and if you think price is going to go lower, I would wait until price clears this major swing low right here and look at sells below 0.7147. Okay, now we jump to the USCAD, and we're starting to consolidate here. The U.S. did gain some strength. Well, it actually went sideways. I mean, the previous week, the U.S. currency was very strong, and even at that time, my video, I asked everyone to consider the possibility that if the U.S. currency would continue or not, and it didn't. So U.S. currency is still kind of on the weak side with regards to this pair. The Canadian dollar is pretty good, and I assume part of the reason is because oil has been doing very well. As you know, oil is tied into the Canadian dollar, another commodity, just like Australian is tied to gold. So we watch oil as well to give us another clue to see how the Canadian dollar is doing. We'll look at oil in just a second, but here you can see price went up. I had drawn these lines in the previous week. See these two blue lines? That is long-term resistance. Price bounced off in a big way off of resistance, okay? And do you see that right there? We still have a little bit of pink below the blue. So I'm still looking for a sell opportunity. I'm looking for sells. And in fact, I'm looking for price to break below this trend line I've drawn in for your benefit, and looking at sells below 124.47. Now, if you think price is going to go higher, price would have to clear this area, this swing high here, and it is a long-term. Take a look again at your left, see here, and here. So price has to clear this area and above 126.54 for me even to consider a buy trade. Now, I did mention oil and how oil is tied into the Canadian currency. Let's take a look at oil. There you go. Okay. Here's oil, and you can see over the last 3 days of last week, oil began to rise up much higher. However, I do want to point out one thing. Okay, take a look at this area right here. That is called the momentum squeeze, the most squeeze area, or a color squeeze. I have different names for it. That's where you only see the blue. You do not see any green, which suggests an uptrend. You do not see any pink, which suggests a downtrend. So from here, we have to wait for more evidence. It's called a momentum squeeze area. It is super important, this area. Anytime you see something like this, it could be the start of a new trend or a reversal. And from here, we can expect price to either go higher or price to go lower. Okay, take a look. The MACD blue line is heading up. Okay, and so again, right now we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see if price is going to go higher, and the evidence would be here. Price would have to come above this area here. On the downside, price would have to come here for us to even consider a sell trade or a buy trade above this area right there. Okay, and then we want to see the blue MACD line, the blue line, either at or above 0 with green and green. So we already have green and green, but remember, this is short term, so price could still come up to here and bounce lower, but we want to see a breakout if possible. Okay, so now we move on to the next chart, the U.S. Swiss franc, and the U.S. against the Swiss franc was very weak last week. In fact, take a look at this, eh? Prices, you know, from here, price has gone down, went up, price is going down, making a new lower low. Here is a low, here is a new low. Price to me certainly seems to be heading down lower, and we still have pink below blue, which means we're looking for sell trades only. We already have pink here, we have pink here. So if you think price is going to go lower, look at sells below 0.9176. And if you think price is going to go higher, you want to wait till price clears this area and above 0.9442. Okay, so now we move on to the U.S. Japanese yen. Now this was a really good pip maker last week, and by that I mean there are all kinds of opportunities to get in for a sell trade. You would have made a lot of pips, and in fact, this particular pair, you would have made at least 84 pips right here. Like after this right here, okay, this is a pullback, C pullback, which is a conservative pullback. You could have gotten in right there, and you would have been off to the races, okay? And so, I mean, we do give you a lot of strategies in the new course. The new course is terrific. It uses these colored charts. There are 9 different entry strategies, and you would have made some pretty good money there. So again, I do believe price is going to go down lower. We had a bit of a doji there last Friday. You can see that right there. But if you think price is going to go lower, look at sells below 105.46 or higher above 108.53. Now, we get the Euro British Pound daily chart again. Price is not really going in. It's kind of sideways again. How do I know that? Well, I want you to take a look right down below, okay? Do you see how flat the blue MACD line? The blue MACD line is right on top or along with the red signal line. It's going sideways. There's very little momentum bars right there. These bars are very short as well. So it is kind of just sideways. And when you see the sideways or horizontal movement right here, you can see that price really is not going anywhere. In fact, take a look. Previous swing high, previous swing high, previous swing high, previous swing high. So every time price goes higher, it bounces down, right? Up, down, and we had a pullback candle. The dark green means a pullback candle. The bright green means we have a trending candle, pullback candle, and flat MACD. So there are no trades to look at. You really have to have some patience if you want to trade this pair. And I would wait to see if price goes above 0.8932 to the upside or to the downside, all the way below this trend line. And you could look at sells possibly below 0.8764. So this one is a pair where you would require a lot of patience or just stay out of it, okay? Because there's no point in trying to guess or take any type of trade. Now let's move. Let's go on to the next pair. And after the Euro British Pound, we get to the EURJPY. So this one's a little bit more telling as far as what could happen. See, on Friday, we had a huge bearish candle. And by the way, the easy read charts, let me just show you one more thing. When we have bright pink, we have pink here below blue, we're looking for sell trades. There are sell trade strategies right within here, okay, that I do teach in the course. We have pink here, pink below here. Take a look at my mouse cursor. So it does look like price is going to go down much lower. And if you want to know what this last candle was, okay, all you have to do is switch on, click one button real quick. You can see black, black, black. I'm going to switch right back. Show you how quickly that. So I'm just clicking on a button above the chart that comes with your MT4 trading platform with your broker. And so you can have these charts if you do enroll in my new course, and it's really super easy. But when you have pink and everything is pink, pink below blue, pink and pink, you're looking for sell trades. In this case, you're looking for a sell below 131.48 or to the upside. Price would have to come all the way above here, and you would be looking to buy possibly above 134.23. Now after that, we get the EURUSD. Hang on to your seats, everyone. This is the second last chart, so I'm going to last for a couple more minutes, this video. So here you can see really sideways. Let me just get my drawing tool. You can see price is not really going anywhere, and it just goes up, sideways, up, and look at the long shadows or tails above these candles. So again, we're right now, these dark green candles show you that we're in a pullback. look at the MACD. The MACD blue line's below the red line. So short-term pullback. The momentum to the upside is not strong at all. Okay, the momentum to the the momentum to the upside is weakened, and here you can see pink, the trending indicator. So we are in a sideways or a downtrending phase of the market, and even though we have green above blue, we're still looking. We can't second guess. I mean, the charts are telling you that we're still in an uptrend. We're just at a major resistance area of the market, major resistance. Now, it could be exhaustion, and then we look at other clues. But right now, we have to assume that price could still go higher, and so we're looking at buys above 158.33, and low, if you think price is going to come down, then we want to look at sells below 155.57. Now, I left these two price levels on exactly where they were. That has not changed from last week's video. So I left it on to show you. I mean, normally I would put these levels to the side to make the charts a little bit more clearer to look at. But I left them on purposely to show you that last week there are no trading opportunities at all. I've not changed the levels, and this week I'm going to keep the levels on again. So we're still looking for a buy above 158.33 if you think price is going to go higher. Okay, and our final chart, and I did say that we're soon coming to an end. So here you can see we're in a downtrend, a little bit more clearer. Take a look on Wednesday. Last Wednesday we had a huge long-legged doji here, okay, right there. So again, a doji, then we had a down candle on Friday, so bearish, and I believe price still could come down to again retest this 200 SMA. The 200 SMA often acts as a magnet, drawing price right to it. So price could come down to here and bounce higher in the short term, or could break right through. And if we believe price is going to come down lower, look at sells below 147.38, and price would have to come all the way above, well, above this area. Buys above 152.82 to the upside. So that takes care of that. And finally, let me just do this. Okay, now okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click on the subscribe button. You can also watch it if you're not watching it on YouTube. You get better quality on YouTube, so I would advise that. But you can always click on the subscribe button, click on the like button, because I'm trying to promote myself to other traders from around the world. I think I've got a pretty good idea here with the Easy Read charts, and if you like what you're hearing from me and you like the educational content, then please click on the like button. If you want to learn how to trade Forex with the Easy charts, then you could actually, and this is for people from around the world or new subscribers, not really for my Toronto area students, but if you haven't gotten one, email me at mskyj007@gmail.com. My name is Martin, and in your email, ask for your free 31-page ebook, which tells you all about the Easy Read charts and how to use them and what they're all about. It's really part of a course called Forex Success in 5 Weeks, which I'm sure you're going to love. And so if you want more information about that, please make sure to email me and ask for your free 31-page ebook. I'm not going to hound you. I'm not going to bother you with lots and lots of follow-up emails or anything like that. So that's it for this week, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and you learned something. Take care. Go Canada, go. We're doing fantastic here at the Winter Olympics. I believe we've got another 2 medals today, which is Sunday, and we're going to have a terrific finish to the Winter Olympics. So take care, everyone. Talk to you again, and we'll see you again at the next video.